Hey everybody, welcome to KM Reviews. I am Niddleman. Today I'm bringing you a review for The Mummy. And no, not the one with Brendan Fraser back from the 90s. This is not a blast from the past. Jesus. But this is actually the new one with Tom Cruise. Now, this is supposed to start a new cinematic universe. Yes, there's a lot of them now, but this one's called the Dark Universe, and it's basically the one with, like, Frankenstein's monster, and the Wolf Man, and the Invisible Man, and the Mummy. And this is the first one to kind of kickstart that universe. So does this do a good job? Well, I'm going to give you my rating right off the bat, and then if you want to know why I gave it that rating, stick around to find out. I'm going to go ahead and give The Mummy a one-night stand. It was fun, but not enough to make me want more. Okay guys, now while I talk about this movie, it might sound like I'm ripping on it a lot, but at the end of the day, keep in mind I did have fun with this movie. I was thoroughly entertained. I thought it was a good time at the theater, but for what this movie was presenting itself as, which is the beginning to this new cinematic universe franchise, it's going to be crazy, fun, awesome, I feel like it kind of failed on that aspect, to be honest with you. It's just Tom Cruise, regardless of what you think about him in his personal life, he is a very dedicated actor. He's a very physical actor. He puts all of his being into every role that he does, no matter how good or bad it is. And this movie is no exception. Personally, I think Tom Cruise did amazing in this movie. The casting itself I thought was good. Russell Crowe was in this movie. I thought he did a good job. Sophia Botello, I might be pronouncing that name wrong, but the girl who actually plays the mummy in this movie, also very good casting choice. However, the dialogue to this movie, the story, the script in general, is just kind of lackluster. I mean, in all honesty, a lot of it is just kind of a rehash of the old Brendan Fraser one. You got this mummy that gets dug up, and then it starts off all kind of raggedy, and slowly throughout the movie becomes more powerful, and you got the guy trying to stop it. Okay, well, I've kind of seen that a million times already, or at least in the Brendan Fraser one. I already felt like I knew where it was going. I thought it was kind of predictable, to be perfectly honest with you. And there was nothing about this movie that really made me super excited while I was watching it. It was just kind of there. It was noise and color, but I wasn't gripped into it, and that's a problem. The other problem this movie has is its tonal shifts. There's a lot of points in this movie where it feels like this should be a really serious movie. I think if they have gone full-blown serious with this movie, it could have been really good. But they try to sprinkle in this comedy, this humor, and they pick the worst spots to do it. You know, like something serious will be going on, and somebody will say something, or something will happen where it's kind of like, ho, 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 zing. Oh, you didn't laugh. Oh, probably because that was a poor choice to put that comedic moment, because it totally ruined that scene. Yeah, there's a lot of that in this movie. You know what I mean? There's a point where he shoots somebody that's close to him, and it feels like this should be a serious moment, like, oh my god. But instead, they kind of turn it into a joke, and it's just like, really, guys? I don't know. And there's a lot of scenes like that. And also, this movie's called The Mummy. Now, this is not a spoiler. This is in a couple of the trailers and TV spots. It was announced on social media of who he's playing, but Russell Crowe, if you don't want to know who his character is, mute it for a couple seconds. Okay, but Russell Crowe is playing Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde in this movie. He's kind of this, almost like the Samuel L. Jackson of the Marvel Universe. He's kind of this guy that studies all these creatures, and, you know, you see different hints to future movies to come, and that scene is kind of cool, but there's a whole sequence in this movie with Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde that I feel like totally takes you out of the Mummy movie, and it feels so out of place, and to be honest, when he's Mr. Hyde, I wasn't that impressed. So anyways, like I said, this movie is entertaining. You will not be bored watching this movie. It's stuff happening on a movie screen and at a fast pace, but you're not going to be that connected to it. At least I wasn't. I feel like I kind of want to see where this franchise goes moving forward, but man, I hope the next one's a lot better, because this one, again, it's not bad. It's just my expectations were probably way higher than they should have been, so maybe lower your expectations, you might enjoy this movie. But besides this movie, guys, I actually posted my own short called Leviticus 24. It won the best short film for the Southeast in this little film festival we submitted it to. It's only a couple minutes long. I suggest you guys check that out. I would love your comments and opinions on that movie. It was a 72-hour film competition. We only had 3 days to write it, make it, edit it, everything, so I would love your thoughts on that. There's going to be a little link to it at the end of this video. Also, if there's a movie that came out this weekend called It Comes at Night, I posted my review for that. I'm also going to have a link at the end of this video for an interview I did with Kelvin Harrison Jr., who is one of the stars of that movie. Please check that out as well. I got a lot of stuff coming towards you guys at 1,000,000 miles an hour, so stay tuned if you can handle it. Go.